The dictionary defines freak as to behave or cause to behave in a wild and irrational way, typically because of the effects of extreme emotion. Welcome to the Freak Show. For freaks, by a freak. No matter what it is in life you want to be, a lead freak, a sales freak, a marketing freak, a book freak, a health freak, we're going to get you obsessed and 100% committed. Let's get freaky. Welcome to the Freak Show with Aiden R.I.G.G. Red.
All right, hello, and it's Aiden here, and I'm happy to talk to you with another episode of Lead Freak, the Freak Show. Now, I want to talk to you about where are we at in the process. So we are going to look today on tactic number 19, which is the lead nurture. Okay, so what is lead nurture? It's important to understand what lead nurture is. So we've just gone through the 30-day prospecting sequence, right? The journey of transformation. We've taken a cold lead and put them in the system. And we've let the system work itself. And based on that customer's interest, their all the different factors that will make someone interested, their job title, do we have the right email addresses, all these things. But we're sending the content, the emails out to the prospect, and there is a percentage that are opening, clicking, and they're doing that on every email. Some are doing every second email, some are doing now and again. But we're measuring them over the 30 days, and we've measured them over 30 days, and we now have a small pool of people to prospect to. But we can only prospect to them for so long. We can only send them on a journey for so long. So now what we're doing is they are clicking, they're liking, they're showing a level of engagement. We're going to move them into a drip campaign, or it's another lead marketing, nurturing, prospecting sequence. Instead of it being more prospecting focused, and are you the right person? And here are the outcomes that we achieve, and here's how we can help your life get better. We're now going to back off a bit, and we're going to send them weekly educational content. Education marketing is lead generation. We're leading the prospect and educating them. And based on the content, we're going to gain interest. We're not going to gain interest. We're going to, they're either going to start to recognize that, hey, we can help create and solve some issues for them, or they're not. So that's what lead nurture is. It's a sequence that we have set up for a year. It's ongoing, actually, where we're educating the prospect on the outcomes of what we do and our industry. So they're in the cleaning industry, as an example, we might talk about specific products and what to look for in products, and what to look for in selecting those products. And we'll also talk about the outcomes. We'll talk about the outcomes of using fragrance-free products. We'll talk about the outcomes of using green seal products. We'll talk about the outcomes of cleaning properly for cognitive function, for improving math scores, all these things. Every video is going to touch on what they're doing and how we can help them. So that's where lead nurture goes. But what does lead nurture do? How does it help? What's the data look like? Well, lead nurture is a form of email marketing. So let's look at email marketing specifically before we look at lead nurturing, because they both work hand in hand. So according to Forbes.com, we're going to look at the fact that some interesting information is that, how effective is email marketing? And those surveys by Forbes say that 79% of respondents said it's important or very important to their business. Okay, only 60% think their own email marketing strategies are effective or very effective, while 26% say it's either ineffective or very ineffective. So one quarter, 25% don't think their email is their email marketing is doing what they want it to do, what it should do. So the question is, how do you measure success? Well, this is some great data here. The article goes on to say that the two most common measurements for small businesses are open rates and click-through rates. So an open rate is they open the email. Okay, a click-through rate is you have a link to a video or an article or an infographic, what have you, and so they click through to see it. So 65% of small business average open rates of between 11 and 50%. When on click-through rates, the study showed many small businesses need to improve their click-through rates. 77% of small businesses average email click-through rates between 0 and 10%. So people open emails, but it's not as successful in getting them to click the emails or to click through and to watch the videos or what have you. Now, nearly 40% of survey respondents reported that they send emails at least once a week, but less than daily. And more than 30% send emails at least once a month, but less than weekly. And only 12% either send emails daily or less than once a month. So you can see that the common most effective is sending emails at least once a week. And that's what we recommend doing. And the other interesting point is that, does the list size matter? Well, according to Forbes, that most 43% of the participating small business owners have email lists between 0 and 500 subscribers. Okay, slightly more than 30% have between 1,000 and 10,000 email subscribers, and less than 7% of small businesses have more than 50,000 subscribers. So you'll see that it's not about how many you have, it's about having the right amount of prospects in the system and leading them from unawareness to awareness to familiar with you, so they know you become part of their psyche, you become part of their way of doing business. They may not buy from you yet, but you're now a trusted resource. You have gone from unaware to aware. So when we get to actual lead nurture, what does that look like? How does lead nurture vary compared to the email marketing? Well, a very great data source is Invest Pro, CRO, INVESPCRO.com. And they have a article on lead nurturing. And in the article, it states that 80% of new leads never translate into sales, and companies that excel at lead nurturing generate 50% more sales-ready leads at a 33% lower cost. Okay, more than 35% of B2B marketers surveyed have established a lead nurture strategy. So lead nurturing, right? We understand that it's something that is necessary. We need to be top of mind in front of a prospect at least once a week to remind them that we're there. Even if they don't read our content, watch our videos, or click it, we still go across their eyes. They see us in the inbox, and they are aware that we're there. Even if it's for a split moment, we still have a split moment of mind share. So 33% of B2B marketers or prospectors, for a lack of a better word, have established a lead nurture strategy. So only 35%. Okay. The interesting fact is that nurtured leads make 47% larger purchases than non-nurtured leads. So 47% make a bigger purchase when they do purchase than those that aren't nurtured. Why is that? Well, I can only speculate that it's because they are familiar with you, they trust you, and when they're ready to buy, there's a level of trust there, and they don't feel so risky doing business with you. Now, the article goes on to say that lead nurturing emails get 4 to 10 times the response rate compared to standalone email blasts. That means that you're getting 4 to 10 times more success if you're nurturing those leads on a weekly basis than if you don't do anything for a month or two and then send an email blast, right? So you're better to send things on a weekly basis and then one day say, hey, we have a special, rather than do nothing and then, all out of the blue, send a email saying you have a newsletter, you have a special discount or a special going on. Nurtured leads produce on average a 20% increase in sales opportunities versus non-nurtured leads. Okay. Now, what's interesting is what types of content. Well, according to investproco.com, the top types of content for lead nurture are white papers, ebooks, on-demand seminars, right? Interactive content, video, and infographics. So the leader at this point is still white papers at 83%, ebooks at 71%, on-demand webinars at 63%, right? Interactive content at 32%, videos at 22%, and infographics at 22%. Now, we know that people are adapting to and more familiar and more comfortable with video. Video is more stimulating. And so that's why we focus on every other week, 1 week video, 1 week newsletter article. However, whatever is best for you and your business, you are going to want to incorporate a little bit of white papers, ebooks, videos, and infographics to get the top results. Now, the data also suggests that the most effective online channels for lead nurturing campaigns are emails at 78%, website at 48%, social media at 39%, blogs at 30%, events 29%, and search at 24%. So email and websites are the most effective sources for lead nurture campaigns, closely followed by social media. So it's important to recognize that we want to have a lead nurture campaign in place, and that when we're utilizing lead nurture, what we're doing is we are moving the prospects from the 30-day prospecting cadence into a weekly content marketing, prospecting, same thing, campaign. And so for best results, we like and advocate 1 week article, 1 week video, 1 week something for them to read, 1 week something for them to watch. In that article, you will have links to back up what you're saying. You'll have perhaps attachments or ebooks or infographics that they can click, because we want to see that they click through, right? If they click through something, they're more adapt to do business with us and be more likely to become a warm lead as they have more micro commitments. They're more committed by committing their time to the process. So we have looked at the 30-day prospecting campaign. We have looked at lead nurturing. Now what we want to move into the next tactic is we want to look at lead scoring, and what is that and how can it help us, and what are the different aspects of lead scoring, or another word for it is analytics. So let's take a look at that. Hope you have enjoyed this segment. Please like, share the episode, and I will see you in the next episode next week.
You've been listening to The Freak Show. Our passion is to help people recognize that they can be, have, or do whatever they want. But it takes drive. You gotta be a freak. Aiden was homeless on welfare, got his GED, went to business school, and has a freakish drive that's propelling him to success he couldn't have dreamt of. We hope you've enjoyed the show. Make sure to like, rate, and review. And we'll be back soon. But in the meantime, hit the website at www.aidenrig.com and hit us up on all the socials at AidenRig, RIGG. See you next time, you freak.